I don't have a problem with this ideology. Y'all know I'm a serial entrepreneur. I believe in people owning businesses. I believe in people having, if it's not their plan A, but a plan B, and have it be their own. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. What I don't like is the fact that I hear people practicing it, but I don't see people playing it. We don't have enough people looking to build their own business, shops, stores. We don't have enough people doing that. And then some of the people who actually do have businesses, shops, stores, don't do it efficiently enough to keep the business within our community. I have no problem with somebody having a business until they don't handle business within the business. Now, understanding that when Kwanzaa was brought about, this is the terminology that they use, stores, shops, and other businesses, because I believe we need to be in ownership of manufacturing. If we're going to control something, if we're going to sell something, the first thing we need to do is be able to make something. So I believe manufacturing should have been very high on our priority list 50, 60, 70 years ago. Well, it was 100 years ago, back in the 20s, when you hear about the Black Renaissance, the Black Wall Streets and whatnots. People produce things. Black folks produce things. Then we just lowered ourselves to owning things. Then we lowered ourselves to just purchasing things. And now things have gotten to the point where they're almost too expensive, to where now we rent to own things. It's all going somewhere, y'all. It's all going somewhere. So this circular talk, I can't condemn it, because to build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses, understanding when Kwanzaa was created, I get it. But where are we at now? Why hasn't there been an update on a lot of these things? Because nobody was really thinking about it moving past where it moved. When this was first brought out by Ron Harper, I believe his name was. I know he goes by something else now, but I believe his name was Ronald Everett Harper or something like that. That's his government name. That's not the name that he started using when he wanted to be blackity black, 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 black. But this here was built in a very elementary state. It should have moved up to an intermediate state. It should have moved up to a middle state, a secondary state, into a collegiate state, into a postgraduate state, into a doctorate state. But it never made it. We're still trying to maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses. But we don't really profit from them together. And we don't put the business out there long enough for other people to come do business with us, for us to be able to profit. So where Ujamaa is still in its same state. I'm not condemning it. I understood the ideology, but it just didn't work. Number 5 is Nia. Nia. Now, it could be Naya. I don't know. But I'm going to say Nia, because I know more Nias than I know Nayas. Purpose is what it is. To make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. I'm going to read it again. to make our collective vocation the building and developing our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. Nia, Sister Shannon, welcome in. And I appreciate you, Aquarian, on that pronunciation. I've been getting a little lost with these. Maybe you can phonetically tell me where this one is, and we'll cook on that one when we come back to it. Where is this one? Kuji Kaluga, not even trying it again. We're going to go back to Nia. So that one right there. I need to know the pronunciation of that one. Nia. To make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. Community is spoken a lot in this. So I understand the logic of what Ron was doing back then. I get it. But where it didn't grow was in the understanding of the people at large. Appreciate you, Classic. I know you came in last night. I saw your comment. But we back at it. I don't quite get why things never moved forward. That's why I'm not willing to speak negatively, because as a collective, we've spent so much time in the Black church. I know we can build because we've built the Black church up across the country. And if we had built the Black church up using the same principles of Kwanzaa, not just 7 days after Christmas, but 365 days a year, we would be in a better space. So my heat is not for the people that have joined churches throughout the years. My heat is for the leaders of these churches, because those are the people that have held the communities back. Those are the people that have held the collective back. Those are the people that have dwarfed our progress. Nobody goes to church more than Black Americans. And have the same principles been used over the last 50 years for Kwanzaa and it's 7 days every day in Black churches, we'd be in a better space. But to make this make sense to me, to make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. Once again, a very Pan-African-y statement. And I'm not downing Pan-Africanism as a whole right now. I do that plenty enough. What I'm down on is the fact that this never really grew into where people could actually break it down and understand it. So when somebody looks at this and they look at purpose, what's your purpose, brother? What's your purpose? What's your purpose, blood? Put a pen in blood. Please put a pen in blood. What's your purpose? Are we living in our purpose? I'm living in my purpose. Finally, I'm living in my purpose. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm not good at. So I know what I have to do to be good at what I can do. But everybody doesn't know that. Some people are great at things and they don't even know. And that's a problem. So for purpose or Nia, I definitely have to give. And it's not to disrespect the meaning of it. It's the fact that we practiced but really never played. We never played. Going to number 6. I believe it's Kumba. I believe it's Kumba. It's creativity for us, Kumba for somebody else. Oh, it's time to get an eye exam. It's been 2 years already. Whew. Okay. Didn't seem like it's been 2 years, but okay. To always do as much as we can in the way we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited. To always do as much as we can in the way we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited. Okay. Kaumba. Kaumba. Okay. Thank you. Kaumba. See, y'all know a lot more about these pronunciations than I do. And you probably know a lot more about these definitions than I do. So I appreciate anybody that can bring along some clarity to some of these definitions and some of these things like that. And that's why Information Man, I'm going to absolutely get you the link so we can cook, because you got something to say. You never asked for a link on my spaces. So I want to do it because I want to get to that, and I want to get to the symbols and make sense of it all once I boomerang it up. Appreciate that, Classic. So, to always do as much as we can in the way we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it. That kind of goes without saying. And as far as Kaumba, which means creativity in some other language, I don't know which language, I ain't going to profess and act like I do. That kind of goes without saying. You always want to leave things better than they were when you came. That's a saying in the Black church. If you are unchanged when you leave here, you didn't catch the Holy Ghost. I don't know what it is really, but you're supposed to leave church better than you came. All of the terms are Swahili. Okay. That's what Lamont was speaking when Fred said he was going to Ujima all over the place. That's right. Swahili, right. Yeah. Got it. When you say this, to do as much as we can in the way we can, if you're saying that to a person who has nothing, who has no resources, they are at the bottom of the food chain. They are in survival mode. And they do groundwork in their neighborhood, what they would call their community. Can they really leave it more beneficial than when they inherit it? Because they'll have some good memories about that individual or maybe some other individuals who did good work in their neighborhood. But can they change it? Can they statistically change it? To do as much as you can in the way you can in order to leave your community more beautiful and beneficial than when you inherited it. If you are at the bottom of the food chain, if you have no resources, you absolutely can only do what you can do. I get it. And you try to leave the place a better place when you're gone from it. But what does that mean? That's in the eye of the beholder, right? In my household, we celebrated Kwanzaa my entire life, but one also has to take into account who my mother is. Absolutely.